actually had an idea for this video, and it's kind of why it's taken so long. I thought, hey, a lot of people have been asking about what their first week is going to be like, so I'm going to do a video based on what my week was like last time. However, if you've kept up with DCP vlogs, or even if you've kept up with pages before and tried to apply, every single time it seems that like your first week and the itinerary changes a lot. So I had to go back, and I'm actually changing it because those who are arriving January 10th have actually received their itineraries, and it's pretty different. So last time, as I mentioned, I did the quarter program, so everything was definitely different. It was a smaller group, it was a different time frame. Which means that unlike this time where all check-ins are on Tuesday, my check-in was on a Sunday, and so it like really messes up the week or whatever. So the difference is I actually have my old itinerary up, and last time, so the check-in was on a Sunday, we had our casting where we found out where we worked, did all the fingerprints and all that stuff, was the following day. Then, so it was a Monday, then Wednesday was our housing meeting, and then it wasn't until Fridays that I believe everybody had traditions. So that's usually how it goes. However, because this is also not a quarter, this is just like, spring, it's different, and also they've just changed it. So some of the things that have changed, and if you are part of the Facebook pages, you've probably noticed.
If you're not part of the Facebook pages, you should join them.
You should probably join. They're always extremely helpful, not only in learning what's going on, but in making friends, finding roommates, all that stuff. So if you're planning on applying later on, do it. It's super helpful. Some people aren't social media people. She did not have a Facebook. However, I feel like you found it very helpful to kind of be in that mix. You learn a lot of answers to a lot of questions.
So just go on Facebook and in the search bar type DCP Spring.
I said 2016, but it's 2017. Whoops.
Or whichever
arrival date you have.
Whichever year you're planning to apply.
If you
just look
applied.
up like it's either spring or fall, and then insert year.
There's probably already some for
the following fall. There's for sure. So this time around, it's still all the same things. You still have a check-in, you still have castings, you still have the housing meeting, you still have traditions. However, the timing is different. So, first day is check-in, which for pretty much everybody is a Tuesday. The first one coming up is January 10th, so oh my gosh, guys, you are so close to it happening. When I started it, everybody checked in at Vista Way. When you receive your itinerary, not only does it have your name, your program, your check-in date, and your departure date, but it also has the housing complex that you're staying at. So the one that it says, that's not only the place that you check in, but it's also your new home, which is so much better than having to wait till you get there. However, you do have to wait until check-in, which is usually, it's either going to be at like, for Vista Way, it was like the pavilion. At other places, it's going to be the clubhouse. It's very easy. You learn, you get your keys, you pretty much find out who your roommates are going to be, you get your ID, your housing ID, and boop, you're done. So
make sure you're presentable for your picture.
Yes, also that is a thing that some people don't know. From the shoulders up, you have to be Disney look, which doesn't mean you have to wear business casual. You can be as comfy as you want.
Just make sure your makeup, you have no piercings in, your hair is Disney appropriate.
Exactly, which you have to do ahead of time anyways. You can't have any tattoo showings. Just kind of like a very presentable face for your ID. So you won't find out your roommates ahead of time. Granted, if like you requested them and you all have the same building, that like, that's a higher chance that you're probably going to be together, but you don't figure that out.
It's sort of a surprise as whoever walks into your apartment.
Yeah, you're just like, hey, I know you, or hey, I don't know who you are. Whatever. Also, now, apparently, the newest thing is that aside from telling you your role and where your check-in is and your housing, you also know where your job location is on your itinerary.
And that's super exciting.
Which is super exciting because at least for me, I had to wait until casting to figure out where I was going to be working, and it's like the anticipation kills you.
And I think it's really great because, again, the Facebook pages, people are commenting their location, they're seeing people who work there, they're meeting friends, they're familiarizing themselves with their employees already. Co-workers.
Yeah, so it's like, it's a really great chance to kind of get you prepared and get you excited for where you're going to work. I know some people are very picky about, like, roles and locations and stuff, but I guarantee you, I didn't get to work in the park last time. I did have a week where I was transferred over there, but it was still one of the most amazing experiences. People that you work with, like, you interact with, like, just everything about it is still so magical, and it's, again, what you make out of it. So your itinerary, which you should get, if your check-in is on a Tuesday, then you'll pretty much get it like a week before, a little later. I believe people got it on Wednesday, and so again, it's pretty much a week before. Keep your eyes peeled; it'll come eventually.
So if you're January 17th, look out for like Wednesday around that time.
Yeah, so next week, or I guess when this is posted, it might just be this week. So close.
Wednesday the 11th is when we're expecting it.
You're expecting it. Also, now, casting is actually the same day. So after you're done with your check-in, there are buses that are going to be available at each of, like, housing complexes that'll take you to casting. It is recommended that you take the buses because casting does not have big parking spaces. It's also just much easier. You also just get to interact with people that you're going to be living around, you might be working with, all that sort of stuff. It's a lot smarter to do so. Now, people ask, what is casting for? Not only is it an amazing building where you're going to take, oh, my back hurts, sorry, where you can take awesome pictures of it, but it's where you get all your paperwork done, you get your fingerprints done. They usually give you your schedule, like your training, so you might figure out how to plan the rest of your week. So casting is very important. That tends to take a lot longer just because there's a lot more to actually do. It's a process that sometimes has to be slower. You can't just kind of rush everybody in to do paperwork and to get the fingerprints done. You know, time needs to be, it's kind of time consuming. However, with your first day, so that Tuesday, I would say that honestly after like 3 or 4, and that might even be pushing it, you should be free. I know a lot of people are worried that, they're coming down with like family members or friends or whatever, and they're like, when am I going to move in? Am I going to be able to spend time with them? The answer is yes. There's a lot that you need to do, and it is very important, especially that day. So, also side note, if you're flying in or driving in or whatever, and you're getting there the day of your check-in, I recommend that if it's possible, you don't, which is something I mentioned in my other video, but also if you do, just make sure you get there early because check-ins are very early. There are some that I believe are at like 7:30 in the morning, and it's not like if you miss it, you're not going to be able to check in, like you're out, but it does mess up the rest of your day with casting and also with moving in, because once you're done with casting, you, see, the thing is, between check-in and casting, there probably isn't going to be a lot of space for you to actually move your stuff in and like get settled, so after casting is probably when you're going to have the time to like get all your luggage in, to unpack, go out and buy things that you need. Like, that's the time that you have.
I think for, like, if you're with your friends or family, like, I would recommend, like, I know what my parents are going to do is drop us off at our, our check-in time, and then go back to the hotel or do their own thing, and then we'll meet up with them again
later on, so they can help you with all that stuff. So the first day is very jammed packed, and so that's why if you stay on schedule, it's a lot better, because then at least you get all the packing, all the, like, if you need groceries, things for like the apartment, you get it all done within the first day, which gives you a lot more free time the days to come. So it seems that, again, housing meeting is going to be that Wednesday. So the next day. So again, very, very jam-packed. The thing about the housing meeting is, again, it does not take long. My last group was very small, so every single person that was in the spring quarter did housing at the same time. I highly doubt that they're doing it this time the same way, because there are much bigger groups. So they might have different times. Again, I'm pretty sure when you do check-in, they give you a schedule of how, like, where all the buses, how they run, where they run from, the times, and all that stuff. So you'd be able to plan when to get to the housing meeting. I believe that the housing meeting is always in the Commons. So if you're in the Commons, again, you can just watch the Clubhouse. Vista has all of the buses, so you can just make sure you schedule it ahead of time. If someone's driving, you can drive. Just make sure to bring your IDs. Those are, honestly, you always have to have them on you, as well as your blue ID once you get that, which we'll get into a little bit later.
And if you're at, is it Patterson that doesn't have the bus?
Patterson doesn't have any buses, but Chatham is literally right across the street. So rely on the Chatham buses and learning, memorizing that schedule to get to the Commons. If you want to take that walk, it's not that big of a walk, because the Commons is right here, Chatham is here, Patterson is here. They're all very close together, rather than like Vista's all the way over there. So you can still do that, but just letting you know ahead of time in case you didn't know. So the housing meeting does not take that long. However, I don't know, they're probably scheduling it at different times, so you might not be like with your roommates, you might not be with people you know. Again, this is an opportunity to get to know people. And so I want to say that by like half of the day, like when the day is over, again, we are going to aim for 4. That's probably a stretch. You're going to have the rest of your day to honestly do whatever you want.
A lot of people I see asking, if they can go to the parks at these times, and you can't go to the parks till after Traditions.
Well, the thing is, you can go if you want to go. If you
won't
have the
your
money,
main gate.
if you have family members that are going, if they're going to pay for you, that's like the time that like you can start doing things. I believe that Thursday there's nothing for you to do. So again, if people haven't finished packing or buying their groceries, that's the perfect time to do so. If you want to go to the parks because your family's going, that's the time to do so. Thursday will most likely just be
a
free day.
You won't have your main gate though till probably Friday, Saturday.
However, so going on to what's happening afterwards is that Friday and Saturday is Traditions. Again, my group was a lot smaller, so everybody did Traditions Fridays. I'm not going to spoil any of it because I think it should all be a surprise for how Traditions goes. But yes, you do get a bus that takes you to Disney University, so you don't have to worry about transportation. Yes, you have to be business casual from head to toe, which means all tattoos covered, all piercings that are not allowed out.
And wear comfortable shoes.
Wear comfortable shoes. I know girls want to wear heels. Don't do so. I'm not going to say why. Just don't do it. Make sure your hair is in Disney look. I have seen people who show up in sweatpants, and I'm just like, no.
They will send you home.
They will send you home. If you're wearing skirts, they will make sure that they're the right length. Just make sure that you're dressed proper and presentable because it's your first impression. It does make a difference.
Dress as if you were going to an interview.
Exactly. That really is what it is. That's what business casual is. If you have to look it up, look it up. But just remember to be presentable. Traditions is very big. It's what a lot of people anticipate. I'm not going to give it away. I know a lot of people will ask other friends who've done it. Look up videos. That's up to you if you don't want that surprise. However, I'm not going to ruin anything. So all I'm going to say is that Traditions is a very long thing. It's also very tiring. But it is when you get your blue ID and you don't get your main gate actually. You can get access to the parks using your blue ID. It kind of takes a process when you go to the parks. They will help you figure it out. However, your main gate comes to you in the mail, which means it'll be like at the clubhouse of whichever place you're staying at, and you will get an email about it. It takes about a week to 2 weeks to get. However, because you have your blue ID, that's when you get access to the parks. But please be patient with people because if you go on a day, especially if it's like a Friday or Saturday, those are usually the busier days. So please be patient with anybody that's working the front of the park. They can't just scan your blue ID and you can't just get in. That's what the main gate is for. However, it does take time for the main gate because it does have, it's a long process.
And there's
a big
lot
company.
of people.
There's a lot of people. So it does take a while for the main gate to get there. Again, the blue ID does allow you to go into the park, but please be patient if it takes them a while to call somebody over to give you a temporary one until your main gate comes in. Don't be snooty. Don't be rude. These are now your new coworkers. You're going to understand how difficult of a job it is, how stressful it is. So please, for the love, be nice. Whew. So, with that being said, even if you can't get into the parks, some of my recommendations are Disney Springs is an amazingly beautiful place. Even if you don't want to spend money on shopping or food, it's just a beautiful place to be at, to look around at. Some people get to work there. I remember that I figured out that I was working at Disney Days of Christmas, so I was so ecstatic. I figured out that, you have little zones, so there was, 2 other places I could possibly also be working at. So, of course, my roommates were like, yeah, let's go spend, a night there. First off, the nightlife is beautiful. It's just a gorgeous place. I got to visit the places, see what they were wearing, their costumes, because I was so thrilled. I got to see what they did. I got to see familiarize myself with the store that I was going to call home. Even if it's not a place that you call home, just being there is so much fun. You feel that magic still.
Disney Springs, although it's not a Disney park, is still very much Disney. It gives you that feeling of being in Disney.
Exactly. You get a lot of excitement. On top of that, they also have so many resorts, which, again, on check-in, you get a schedule of all the buses that run, where they run to, and their times. So you can hop onto a bus and just go resort hopping if you want.
One of my absolute favorite things to do is to park at Magic Kingdom, hop on the resort monorail, and
exactly. You can go on all the resorts that are at Magic Kingdom. The 3, it's the 3 main ones that are there, which are the Contemporary, Polynesian, and Floridian. But there's still so many other resorts that you can go park hopping at, take pictures. I believe it's the Beach and Yacht Club that has the boardwalk that has a lot of beautiful things. First off, it's just gorgeous, and then there's also a bar there. There's
Beaches and Cream.
Beaches and Cream, which has the amazing kitchen sink. Also, if you aren't even there with a lot of friends and family, or if they leave early, if they're not there for a long time, this is the perfect opportunity to do roommate bonding, because once, your training starts, which for some people, if you have Traditions Fridays, it could start Saturday, or if you have Tradition Saturday, it starts Sunday, or sometimes you wait until the week. Like, it's just a crazy schedule. This is the one time you may have where all of your roommates are available and free at the same time, and just take that chance. I know a lot of people say it before that the program goes by really fast. Even if you're going to be there until like August, I promise you it does go by really fast. Everything is just a whirlwind of like excitement and craziness. So enjoy each and every single day. And so so obviously, because a lot of the itineraries have come out, I had to change up what my concept of the video was, because things are changing. So if you apply for like 2018, this could be completely different, but it's kind of just a reference that like the 4 main things that you do are always the same. The amount of time that you have free are usually always the same. Just everything that you do tends to be the same. You have the same time, you have the same recommendations on things to do for fun. And in the end, it's really just like, this is where your journey begins. Enjoy every single moment of it. Even if like things just seem purely business, I guarantee you it is an experience that is quite like any other.
Disney is magical. They'll put a little magic into everything,
even when you work there. So enjoy every moment. I hope you all get a job that you absolutely love, even at times when you hate it. I know sometimes I hated having to get up at like 3, 4 in the morning for those 5 a.m. shifts. Everything about it is just amazing and wonderful, and in the end, I hope it's nothing but worth it. And so to everybody that's just getting there, good luck. Have the time of your life, starting that January 10th that you check in until you check out. For everybody that's coming, guys, the countdown is on. It's so close, and I cannot wait to see every single one of you there.
And if you've got your locations already, you should comment below and let us know where you're going to be working.
Yeah, we'll come visit you all. So have a wonderful day and enjoy your stay.
And see you soon. Get into vlog, are you?
Oh my god. Oh, this is stuck on my blanket. Hallelujah. 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 Sing hallelujah. So praise with your body, stand up. Sing hallelujah. Hallelujah. Coming up the back door, didn't leave a mark. Lord knows if you miss Jackson. Found another victim, but no one's gonna find Miss Jackson. Oh! Is this more than you bargained for yet? I've been dying to tell you anything you wanna hear, 'cause that's just who I am this week.